Demonstrations and counter-demonstrations were held across Canada today over the way schools teach sexuality and gender identity and how teachers refer to transgender students. Chants of "Leave our kids alone" and "No space for hate" could be heard from both sides of the dueling protests. The action so widespread that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau weighing in. Today, protests sparked by changes in gender policies in New Brunswick and Saskatchewan schools.
Leave our kids alone! Leave our kids alone! Leave our kids alone! Leave our kids alone!
Thousands of people gathered in cities across Canada today for competing protests.
No space for hate! No space for hate!
Yelling and chanting at each other about the way schools teach sexuality and gender identity.
Get out of my face! Get out of my face!
Separated by lines of police officers, the protests and counter-protests are linked to school policies first enacted in New Brunswick and Saskatchewan that require young people to get parental consent before teachers can use their preferred first names and pronouns.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
Posters created by a group called 1 Million March for Children say rally participants are standing together against what they call gender ideology in Canadian schools. They claim children are being exposed to inappropriate content about sexuality and gender identity and say they support the policies requiring parental consent. But those rallies were met with counter-protesters who say those policies are a violation of children's rights and that transgender youth should not be outed to their parents by teachers. In Ottawa, thousands of people faced off in front of Parliament Hill, and NDP leader Jagmeet Singh led a group of counter-protesters down Wellington Street. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau also chiming in today, writing on X, "Let me make one thing very clear. Transphobia, homophobia, and biphobia have no place in this country. We strongly condemn this hate and its manifestations, and we stand united in support of 2SLGBTQI+ Canadians across the country. You are valid and you are valued." Today's protests come as a new Statistics Canada report revealed 1 in 4 adolescents in Canada have been cyberbullied. Specifically, the study found that transgender and non-binary youth, as well as females attracted to other females, are at higher risk of being cyberbullied. Stats Can saying targeted victimization related to adolescents' sexual orientation and gender identity is common and may be particularly detrimental to LGBTQ adolescents' mental health.